So Google NLP integration and why it's important to your content. So here's some of the few quotes I take out from some article that very highly advanced sharing on why Google NLP, natural language processing, is sort of the next big thing. Google has been trying for so many years to understand the context of your content and understand why and whether, how, like understand like a human to so that so they would be able to suggest to other users, you know, and because for a long time Google only understand content in terms of data, you know, but they don't understand in terms of context, you know, the meaning of what it is, right? So now let's look at the latest AI or this crazy neural engine that they have developed, and it's come down to the natural language processing form. Google neural engine is finally advanced enough to extract meaning out of your content and determining how valuable your content is using the NLP model. This makes content quality become more important than any other time in history. When people realize NLP stands for natural language processing instead of some 1970 hippo mumbo jumbo, they will realize that not only is here to stay, it's the very bedrock of the mantra organizing the world information. Information is not just about websites, so Google needs its own repository to store ideas, topic, and things. NLP and NLU and BERTs and BERTs and blah 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 here. I mean, it's all just mathematical algorithm. Are attempts at turning human ideas into machine understandable structure, like I was sharing. Google bought Freebase for a massive sum, and now it seems the company is being run by prophets of this approach to understanding human endeavor. It's going places. It isn't going any away, right? By trying to understand the context of search queries and by mining the relationship between stop words and with other words in the query, Google BERT's algorithm, essentially is NLP, pushes the limits of how a traditional search engine understands a user's need. With Google's weighing on NLP to gain a deeper understanding of user queries, it implies that content makers who get more specific, relevant, and descriptive with their content and information, including links in their page, tend to rank higher. This is going to be the future of SEO. It's not just planning, preparation. You also have to really know what Google will extract out of your content, right? Whatever you are writing is no longer just good writing. It has to be the right writing too. It's not only your audience is not just the users who read it, but also the Google bots that are coming into your site and read your content, and you want to be able to please them. You want to be able to really fit your content into exactly the category that they have in terms of what they do too. So you can refer to some article here, as we'll share later. And yes, some of you are worried about the, we'll share this, you know, we'll share this, and also we'll share the, I need to make it a bit prettier too, you know. I like things to stay pretty. So, and I will share, the YouTube recording of this. You know, we always record all our webinar, and also we'll try to break that into smaller size videos so you can follow. But anyway, essentially Google NLP break down to three parts that highly affect your SEO strategy. The first is entity. Entity is very different from that of what you'll see in keyword. It's not keyword. Entity is a word or phrase that represent an object which can be identified, classified, and categorized. They are different than keyword and is recognized. Than keyword and is recognized through Google NLP, not as keyword. Example objects are a person, consumer goods, events, numbers, organization. NLP's job is to select and evaluate this entity from your content. All right. And then from entity, they break down to two sort of elements that measure this entity, or not so much measure, how do you say this? But elements that helps users to determine how important this entity to the whole of the context. The first is salience. So salience measured by number from 0 to 1, as 0 is less salient and 1 is high salient. Each entity will measure with a salience number. Salience shows the importance or centrality of an entity to the entire document text range from 0 as is less salient to 1 as high salient. The higher the number means the more important the entity to the text as the whole. All right, so this is a measurement. This is the measurement of the entity relating to the context that you are writing. So you want to pick entity that have a higher salience in relate to the content that you're about to write, right? Entity level sentiment. Sentiment section separates sentences based on sentiment that can be positive and negative. It is useful to check the feature snippet on any given word. Either Google is ranking positive sentence or negative sentences. Enterprises use this to analyze customer review from their website. Either they are positive or negative. So when you look for entity, for example, the way our Google NLP integration works is we will show you the top 20 URLs that ranking for that keyword. We'll also show you what is Google consider the sentiment of this 20, and we'll also show you the list of entity that these top 20 the websites are actually actually have in their content. So then you have a certain ideas of what sentiment are you aiming to write. You see, if you simply use an AI writing tools to do this part, you will choose a different tone, right? Oh, is it exciting? Oh, it has to be very exact in values, and oh, is it threatening? Is it technical? You know, but what you have to do before choosing a tone is to find what kind of sentiment Google are looking for. So doing it right is important to do it, many of it, right? I always come back to that 2080 the principle. And for us, we want to always pick the things that matter most, right? And present it to you in a way that you would easily understand it first, right? So over here, you have the entity level sentiment. So let's look at an example of how Google does it. Let's go to Google NLP. Google NLP. Oops. Yeah. All right. Google is very cool. They have a demo, and everyone can go in there. So they have this text here. Try the NLP. Click analyze, and here it is. See, with this text, they'll break them down into different entities, and depends on these entities, they will give a salience number. So you can see from here, there's a shows the context in which I already put into the presentation. Salience show importance centrality of an entity to an entire document text range from 0 to 1. All right, so then you see the salience and all the entities here. They're not keyword, right? But they are what Google see and categorize for their own understanding. And then you got sentiment here. The total, the usual sentiments over here. And you see Sundar Pichai is actually score 0.4, and under 0.4 you are somewhere is negative. So he's not perceived. Google NLP doesn't perceive Sundar Pichai, which is the CEO of Google, as a positive sentiment, but they are a negative because they have so much users info and knowledge. They scan the whole entire web database to get this data. So when they reach Sundar Pichai, they right away will put them put that name under a negative sentiment as a person, right? Okay, so that is a very good example. So how do we do this into content creator? So let's take a look at this. So earlier I already did I already created an article. Let's take a look. Snake plant temperature, right? Or no? Yes. 2.4. Yes. Snake plant temperature. Right. Let's add one. Turn on Google NLP temperature. Name Daniel. Priority, let's say medium. I want to finish this by 14. I'll make sure all entities are included in the article. Something like that. Leave a note to a writer. And that's it, start scanning. Right. We can go back to another article that I already did previously. potting a snake plant, which is another group that I did. So you go in here. So again, we'll break down content creator into 3 steps. I would like to use keyword to include content writing. A lot of people was asking us like, oh, build something like phrase, or build something like post space, or build something like that. They do this, all this comparison from us to our competitor. I want to quickly share our philosophy when it comes to content writing. We want to make sure to build a flow that you can focus on one step at a time. Do one step good, do second step good, you will write well. I love phrase, I love the way those guys build the product and the way they focus on this technicality and the way they deliver it to users. It's amazing, but it's just not the same philosophy as we share in terms of our user workflows. We always build things based on the way we work, right? So first, preparation. Build a good and very detailed outlines that include everything and all the amount of data you want to put into the outlines to share to share either with your writers or for yourself when you write. You want a content outline that is details. Focus on keywords, picking the right keywords, but you only focus on picking that right keyword, right? When you've done that, that's it. It passed. Go into content writing, focus on the writing. That's it. You don't write and then try to focus and do research and write and look for more and write and look for more. You create more chaos in the way you create work, right? An article, if you prepare well, there's a chance for you to rank. It's already up to 80-90%. You already did so much work. You already look for the right keyword. You already find the topic. You already cluster the keyword. You already gain about 60-70% chance. And now is the last step. Just build good outlines, put in the keywords, and write a really good article based on that. That's it. Don't complicate more things into your workflows. So that's essentially. So over here, we enter the way we integrate NLP. Sorry, water break. Okay, so the first thing is we present to you this neutral. It's the overall sentiment of all of the articles that rank on top, right? That's we say over here is neutral. It's the overall sentiment of your top 20 competitors' content analyzed by Google NLP API. Our recommendation is to develop your content aligning with the general sentiment for the optimal result. So now you see, okay, if people talk about plants, generally it's neutral tone. It's not something negative, it's not something positive, it's neutral. So you want to keep things neutral. Neutral means what? Neutral means more informative. Neutral means write longer articles, making sure your users get that sense of just meanings and knowledge that they need all into here. And the second thing is I'll look for some of the top lines, right? And I'll look for the amount of keywords. And and then also you have to make sure that your keyword is potting a snake plant, because this keyword has very low all-in title data. So you want to kind of see that whether these top 20, any of them have that keyword in their title yet. Snake plant care, how to grow snake plants? No. So very good shot that if you rank for this keyword, if you put in very good content in this keyword, you could rank to top. Repotting snake plants, so it's repotting, not potting. Repotting snake plant again, how to repot a snake plant. So majority as repotting, right? So as you go in more, you see less and less. We will build in a search bar over here, so you could easily search for your main keyword and see what other article that actually write about it. We already got some feedback about it. It's really cool feedback, so that will come soon. All right, so anyway, you look through here and then you start to, okay, you know what? I will look for the first, maybe I'll pull down and see what people are asking on Google. This is people also ask. You had what kind of potting soil for snake. Hey, this is good. What potting soil for snake plant? So they talk about soil for potting. Click on, you have the H2, how to repot, majority are repot. How do you know when to report? How to report? How to care? We can do how to care. How to spoil. It's already did. Wow. Okay. Potting. Then maybe I'll go into this. So reporting. So perhaps we can go step by step. So I'll do lifting the plants. I look through here. They say about okay. The first step, lifting the plants. I could read on here. No, this one. Oh, they talk about when should you report. So I'll do when first. Okay. And then transplanting snake plant. Oh, this article doesn't offer a lot. So I'm gonna turn this off. I don't like this. Maybe I should look for. Oh, this one is good article. 3,270 top 10. Okay. Oh, so here you see when we report. So you got this. Material needed. Oh, that's great. Correct pot size. Examine the soil. Okay, so let's say now that I have this list of things, maybe I don't like this. I can close this. Maybe I want to add some things here that relate to the first. Potting size should be fitting to your plan, something like that. I mean, I'm not expert, so I'll move this here. Close. Turn this to this. Move it up to the first. Oh, where's the? Oh, this one. Turn to. Sorry. Here we go. So I put here. So then I start building my own outlines onto this H2, and then there's dot, and then I slowly have these outlines to work on, right? The reason why we do this for now is because later on when we're introducing our AI writing features, we'll help you to kind of rewrite this into things that you want. Right, into things that generally the tone that you would like. Also helped you to, based on this data, help you build your title, help you build to your description. Also here in the title, how to potting your snake plant. Best way to pot your snake plant. Best pot your snake plant, something like that, right? And you write an article, and you write, for example, if you like something that they write here as the description, you can just click on it and it will go over here. And instead of reporting, I'll just do potting, right? Something like that, you know. So I'll go to the next page. So this is where things get a bit cooler, right? So you are probably already familiar with competitor keywords. Competitor keyword essentially is our own NLP algorithm going through the entire content pages of the top 20, and we pick out keywords that has the most relevancy to the main keyword, and also has the highest kind of volumes search. And we usually will suggest the amount of time that it should be repeat and should be mentioned in your content, and it's over here, right? This should be a preset of some suggesting. You can go through it, and also you can pick some for yourself as well. So when you see, for example, potting mix is something that really well fit with the potting things, you could add it over here, and also you can click on it and see how it would be used in the headings and also in the paragraph of all of the top 20 that are being used out there, right? Close it, and you can kind of just look through and plan it yourself. I mean, you understand the most the article that you're writing. I mean, our NLP can only do so much. And also, please, if you use other tool, do the same thing. Go through every single articles and make sure that all these keyword will fit perfectly, exactly to your need. Not because of the NLP suggesting, right? NLP are not human. NLP are just algorithm. They don't understand the context of your content, the context of your keyword, the context of what you want to present in your content. Only you understand that. So you need to be the one who pick and choose which keyword and how many times you want to put it on. We only present you the data and maybe give you some sort of guidelines over here, but we are not out there to make sure 100% this is right. So don't follow exactly this. You have to go through this. Opportunity keywords, essentially the keywords that you can use, but it maybe your competitor doesn't have yet in their content. So these are actually the keywords that we pull from Google keyword database to suggest to you. So same thing with that. You could really see how many of these keywords with the relevancy we already score, and also the repetitiveness in here. So you can actually choose the usage when you add. For example, if it's snake plants, potting a snake plant, you already have that keyword. Fake snake plants. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Maybe small snake plant would be a good keyword. So maybe you want usage to be 4, right? And add. It's here. It's appear here, right? And now the coolest part, that's the integration to NLP entity. So here is a list of all the entity. Google scanned through the top 20 of the websites competing with this keyword and suggest to you in their eyes. This is a category that they have, and this is the general usage that we list out how they were used in their website. You have the salience, in which I suggest you go through the top first, so which is how we kind of generate right now. 0.13, that's extremely high salience number. It has 227 total usage, 17 uses in headings. You want to add this into to include, and we already kind of add that for you. With this salience, and it's like one of the highest I see in some of the article that we look through. Sentiment is neutral, so you want to include this and also write it in neutral tones. We don't add positive because whatever keyword that have sentiment positive, it may affect to the overall sentiment of your content, right? So this keyword soy is essentially like very important to Google in relate to potting of a snake plant. So including that. So yeah, and the last step is to import from list. So then you import the cluster that goes with this keyword, potting a snake plant here. Add a keyword, import, and that is, we set the usage at 1 as for the preset. You will want to kind of change it if you like. Here I change to 3, change to 4. Some of these I just want to leave it 1. If I rank, that's good. So these are 8 keywords that if you rank one, you will be able to rank the other, right? So that's it. If you have any other keywords and some other people suggest, you can add your own over here. So again, that's the second step. You basically go through these 2 steps and then you get into begin writing. You already have your outlines here. Either you can copy to editor right away. That is, you can start writing onto the things. A lot of people don't know about this full screen function. I love this function. When we build it, we take this page of inspiration from Grammarly, and we thought Grammarly has this amazing UX when it comes to designing the text editor. So we build in this full screen things. And over here, if you want even more minimal, you can turn off the assistant. And that's it. You focus on your writing purely, right? I also have the tutorial still here. And so here you also see your keyword list. Snake plants already 12 to 21 from this, which is great, right? Over here we also build in these competitors. So the cool thing here is competitor is the top 20 keywords that I have in here. You click on explore. These are the layout, right? And there's all of their outlines are listed here. You could close it first to see the layout in terms of H1, H3. You can open it again to see the data inside. If you like any of this, but you forgot to add on during your outlines part, you can click from here and it will apply to here. A lot of people already give us feedback that they want to copy it to where the cursor is. We already list, you know, we do hear that. It will probably come in a couple next update. We have to discuss on this now. You know, we have 4,000 members. We want to make sure that whatever we do now, we are responsible for 4,000 people workflows. Make sure that it has to be the winning place, right? Oh, Sarah Jane say it would be great if we could integrate with Jarvis. No, we'll have our own. Don't worry, coming. Once we have it, you probably don't have to pay for Jarvis anymore. Okay, so again, with this, you can go through the same thing with other part as well for all of this. Question also we list out so you kind of have a general idea, and if you missed on the outlines, you could also still use it here. So yeah, again, very easy to use, super easy to kind of access. We'll add more data into this as we go. We'll see the entity also add on to this. So you can see that each of the competitor, what are the entities that actually list out. Again, it's beta. So once we're done, it's gonna be listed in. And a lot of people, you know, were saying, oh, you know, it would be cool, we have AI writing. Yeah, that's what we're working on. And that's partially why there's a lot of other updates that we haven't done for keyword or topic discovery. We have some really cool things planning for topic discovery too. You know, we just have so many things planned. And I wish we had more time, wish we could do all at once. But we now focus on this and integrating Google Entity into this, and also integrating AI writing into this to help you too, to help you kind of build this content in the best way possible, right? Close this. You also have this show analysis over here for the SEO part. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, also another really cool tricks updates that we just did. You could now share links to your writers, and also allowed user, and you can set the right to your writers, allow user to see. So some of you, when you design the content outlines, you don't want the writer to use too much. To look too much at all of these entities and stuff. You want them to write very original content. You know, they want to make sure you write the best piece of content based on their own creativity and whatnot. You can actually now allow them or not. And also you can allow them to check plagiarism or not. You know, you can turn it on, and now your writer can check plagiarism and the credit will be minus onto your account. If you turn this off, they cannot do that, but they have to send the content back for you to approve, and you will then check plagiarism checker on your own. So, you know, some small little things that we add. Also ability to kind of insert image edit. So yeah, I mean, beta version for now. Beta version for now. We will try to finish this in roughly about a week or two. Wrap this up, and we'll introduce. A very unfortunate news though. In order to do this, as you can see here, pricing. I wonder if they have. Nope. It's here. Yes. So in order to bring down this NLP, it's not cheap, right? It's not cheap. You can actually, it's all out in, it's all on the website. You can actually go in and see. So when we first planned for this, we'd love to kind of give you guys, each of our users, some sort of free credits to use this monthly. but that won't happen. You know, in order to do this, we can only offer you a extremely discount rate for credits to use the NL to use the NLP part. It costs, right, and it's cost quite a bit in order to bring out a quality analysis. I mean, we can do things that is cheaper, but the quality is not going to be the same, and that's not how we want to deliver to you guys. Every product, I think, again, you know, quality stuff cost. So we want to deliver to you the kind of quality analysis. And right now, Surface Cell is probably the other tool in the market that offer the same NLP integration. Their price is actually quite expensive, about $5 to $6 per article optimized. So for us, we will definitely offer a much crazy lower pricing package, particularly for the LTD community, because I mean, to us, we kind of owe up a lot to you guys from day one to now, right? So yeah, so that's 1 hour and 20 minutes, like I expect. So with that unfortunate news, but the fortunate news is you're gonna get amazing quality in terms of report to bring it out, right? Again, you know, we want to give out more, but more other features will be free, like extra sort of wildcard searching, topic search more topic discovery options, some more keyword explorer, some export function, a bunch of other features. They're all going to be free and all going to be into the updates. But things that we have to pay for example, AI writings, we have to pay for GPT-3. A lot of people suggest GPT Neo and GPT, some other open source. We don't want to touch them yet. You know, we want to go directly into the best source, just like Jarvis, and utilize that to ensure the quality to bring out for you, right? The quality, it's all about quality. You know, if we can offer you a really quality piece of advice for our tool for you to earn money, we're happy, and I think you are happy too. So we're gonna stick with GPT-3. We're gonna stick with Google NLP because I mean, that's the source, you know. And we will definitely offer you a major discount in terms of the pricings that we will present. You know, I want to be extremely transparent about it, right? Extremely transparent about this. So yeah, so that's it for my presentation.